European agriculture provides us with a constant supply of safe, tasty and high-quality food. Farms also help ensure that our countryside remains an attractive place to work, live and visit. However, changes in climate patterns can make it more difficult for farmers to safeguard our food supplies and maintain a healthy countryside. Agriculture needs to adapt to keep providing us with these benefits, and farmers can also help reduce potential causes of climate change by limiting emissions of greenhouse gases. Rural development funds, provided by national governments and the European Commission, are helping farmers to carry out such climate-friendly actions in all EU member states. Experiences from the Maltese Islands offer some interesting insights into the way that rural development funds can be used to help agriculture to tackle climate-related challenges, as explained by Marilyn Tanti from the Maltese Ministry for the Environment, Sustainable Development and Climate Change.
Climate action is very important for us here in Malta. We live on a small island state with limitations with respect to water, and also we have a relatively hot climate. So here in Malta, similar to other member states, we are using support from the Rural Development Programme to mitigate the effects of climate change.
Maltese rural development funds help farmers to use environmentally friendly agricultural techniques that look after water, soil and energy resources in more sustainable ways. Organic farms, like Mary Malia's, have made good use of the funds to provide these climate action benefits.
The EU funds have helped us so that we may be able to apply for organic certification, and because in that way we can be more competitive in offering our organic products to our clients. The funds have also helped us to offset some of the costs which are involved in producing the products in this organic method. In organic production methods, no chemical pesticides or fungicides are used, so the beneficial insects and flora and fauna are allowed to thrive. These in turn help us fight the pests, and they also aerate the soil and help it to be healthier and thus more productive. And also because the soil is healthier, it helps to retain moisture much better.
Mrs. Malia is happy with the way that her organic support from the Rural Development Programme has helped her to adapt her farm in order to protect its soil and water from changing weather patterns. She is also aware that rural development funds can help farmers to carry out other actions to help reduce potential causes of climate change.
I know that there are funds for like installing solar panels, and which would help reduce the carbon footprint of the energy needs of farmers. This would help Malta to be a much more climate resilient member state.
Energy efficiency and renewable energy do indeed represent useful and climate-friendly business development tools that can be used by European farms like those on the Maltese Islands. EU funding for rural energy-related projects is therefore popular in many member states.
We have a lot of farmers and other businesses who have invested in solar panels and solar water heaters. These will obviously decrease their energy consumption and therefore make their businesses much more competitive. We also encourage other businesses such as agri-businesses to invest in new machinery which is more energy efficient. Again, this machinery will obviously use less water, less electricity and therefore reduce their costs.
One of these agri-businesses is a local poultry processor which provides the islands with fresh meat products. The company's managing director, Catherine Chiapara, describes why her business wanted to be more energy efficient.
It is very important to lower down the cost so that we will be more competitive, and also I am very aware of clean environment, because I want to see my future grandchildren to live in a clean environment.
Rural development funds were used to help with the costs of buying new equipment to optimize the way the business uses electricity and water. Funds were also used to help the company lower its long-term electricity bills by installing solar panels to generate renewable energy.
As a result of this project, we are saving around 10,000 euros every year, and we have lowered down the consumption with around 30%, and it is good for our company and for the environment.
In addition to helping farmers find profitable ways to reduce their carbon footprints, EU funds are also helping Maltese rural communities to adapt to better conserve natural resources that are affected by climate change.
So because we have so many limitations with respect to soil and also water, the Rural Development Programme was designed in such a way to help us go around these limitations and make the best use of what we already have. We had measures to help us conserve soil and also conserve water. For example, we had measures to restore and build new water reservoirs where farmers could collect rainwater and use it throughout the growing season.
Rainwater harvesting can be accompanied by other water conservation schemes on farms, such as a strategic project led by Maltese public authorities to improve the island's ability for managing the consumption of groundwater by agriculture. Dr. Paul Mikulev from the project describes why it is needed and what its results will be.
Most economic activities, such as agriculture, actually depend on groundwater. So with over-abstraction over the years, this has become a little bit more problematic, and so this project will be helping us to appease some of the problems that we have in groundwater, and namely to provide metering of all agricultural private boreholes, and at the same time provide the infrastructural, the pipelines for conducting treated sewage effluent to the various agricultural areas, to irrigation standards. Part of the funds went in actually giving the farmers the meters and the installation, all is being covered by the Rural Development Plan, and the idea behind metering of groundwater is actually to have a clear indication of how much water is being abstracted, and the scope of the metering of these private wells is actually to have that figure. Well, in my opinion, this project actually helps Malta to have a better control on the quantity and quality of its groundwater resources, thus reducing the need for energy-intensive technologies to produce potable water supplies. This reduction in energy requirements, which will actually reduce Malta's carbon footprint, which is obviously the focus in any energy or climate change strategy.
Because climate actions like promoting wiser water use or improving soil conservation among farmers, as well as reducing their reliance on fossil fuels, can all play such important roles in safeguarding Europe's food and countryside, more EU funds will be used for climate action purposes in the future. For further information about how this will happen, connect with the rural development authorities in your country through the website of the European Network for Rural Development.